Cubs fans, buckle up because your beloved team is making moves that'll send chills down your spine and have you dreaming of October magic at Wrigley Field. Right now, as we speak, there are three massive storylines unfolding that could completely reshape this championship run. And I'm about to take you on an emotional roller coaster that'll have you hitting that like button harder than a Sammy Sosa moonshot. Picture this, a former MVP slugger who's absolutely crushing lefties this season. A two-time All-Star ace who could be the missing piece to your rotation puzzle. And a flame-throwing closer with a triple-digit fastball who could lock down those nail-biting ninth innings that we all know are coming in this tight NL Central race. These aren't just rumors, Cubs fans. These are real possibilities that could transform your 2025 season from good to absolutely legendary. The front office isn't sleeping, and neither should you, because while Milwaukee and St. Louis are scrambling to keep up, your Chicago Cubs are sitting pretty with a 4.5-game lead that's got the entire baseball world taking notice. But here's the thing that's got my heart racing. They're not satisfied with just leading the division. They want more. They want that World Series trophy back on the north side, and they're willing to make the bold moves to get there. Can you feel that electricity in the air? That same energy that filled Wrigley in 2016? It's building again, and these three potential moves could be the catalyst that ignites another championship fire. So smash that subscribe button, because you're not going to want to miss a single update as this story unfolds. And drop a comment below telling me which move excites you most. But before we dive into these game-changing possibilities, let me ask you this. Are you ready to believe again? Because what I'm about to tell you about this veteran slugger might just have you planning your World Series celebration already. The first bombshell involves a Hall of Fame caliber hitter who's been absolutely demolishing left-handed pitching this season. And Cubs fans, when I tell you his numbers against Southpaws, you're going to understand why Jed Hoyer's phone has been ringing off the hook. This isn't just about filling a roster spot. This is about addressing the one weakness that's been quietly haunting your championship dreams all season long. Paul Goldschmidt, yes, you heard that right. The 7-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove winner, and former National League MVP is potentially heading to the north side. And Cubs fans, this fit is so perfect. It's almost like the baseball gods are finally smiling down on Wrigley Field again. While the Yankees are dealing with a roster crunch that could force their hand with Giancarlo Stanton returning and prospect Ben Rice pushing for playing time, your Cubs are positioned to swoop in and land a player who's slashing an absolutely insane 526 Martin for 1900 against left-handed pitchers this season. Let that sink in for a moment, Cubs fans. While Michael Busch has been struggling with a painful 148 average against lefties, a number that's been keeping every Cubs fan up at night watching those crucial at-bats, Goldschmidt has been treating southpaws like they're throwing batting practice fastballs down the middle. This isn't just an upgrade. This is the difference between watching runners die on base in scoring position and watching clutch RBIs drive home the wins that separate division champions from wildcard dreamers. The beauty of this potential blockbuster goes way beyond just the numbers, though those numbers are absolutely gorgeous. Goldschmidt brings that veteran championship DNA, that postseason ice in his veins mentality, and that clutch gene that transforms good teams into World Series champions. He's been there, conquered October, and won the hardware that every Cubs fan has tattooed on their hearts since 2016. Picture him in those spine-tingling late-inning at-bats with the game hanging in the balance, with 40,000 Cubs fans on their feet at Wrigley Field, knowing you've got a proven champion stepping into the box with everything on the line. This move makes so much sense, it's scary, and the whispers around baseball are getting louder every single day. The Yankees' organizational dilemma could be your franchise's incredible blessing. And with the NL Central still being an absolute dogfight despite your current lead, having Goldschmidt's legendary bat in your lineup could be the difference between another heartbreaking October exit and another unforgettable championship parade down LaSalle Street. But Cubs fans, if you thought landing a former MVP was the story of the summer, you haven't heard anything yet. Your starting rotation has been through absolute hell this season. Losing Justin Steele for the entire campaign was like getting punched in the gut by reality itself. And while Shota Imanaga's return is circled on every calendar, every true Cubs fan knows you need one more elite arm to feel confident about making noise in October. That's where this next potential blockbuster comes in, and it involves a pitcher who could absolutely change everything. Framber Valdez, the two-time All-Star left-hander who's been dominating hitters for years, could be wearing Cubs pinstripes sooner than you think. This isn't some pipe dream cooked up by desperate fans on Reddit. Cubs fans. The Houston Astros are legitimately listening to offers. And after the Kyle Tucker trade that worked out like absolute magic for Chicago, these two front offices have already proven they can orchestrate franchise-altering blockbusters that benefit both sides. Valdez brings exactly what your championship window demands. A battle-tested veteran with a rock-solid 3.12 ERA who thrives under pressure and isn't intimidated by the biggest stages in baseball. At 31 years old, he's hitting his prime years, and his track record speaks louder than any scout report ever could. This is a pitcher who stared down the best lineups in both leagues and come out victorious more times than not. He could slide seamlessly into your rotation as the true ace you've been desperately missing since Steele's injury devastated your championship aspirations. The timing couldn't be more perfect, Cubs fans. Think about this rotation. Valdez anchoring things as your number one, paired with a healthy Imanaga returning in mid-June, creating a lethal 1-2 punch that could absolutely terrorize opposing lineups throughout the dog days of summer and deep into October magic. Valdez's masterful 1.06 whip demonstrates he's got the command and ice-cold control to handle the most pressure-packed situations, and his extensive postseason experience with Houston means he won't crumble when the lights burn brightest and the stakes reach their peak. This is exactly the kind of bold, championship-caliber move that separates pretenders from true contenders, and your front office isn't sitting around waiting for the trade deadline to make something happen. They understand that championship windows don't stay open forever, and they're ready to mortgage the future to bring another World Series trophy back to the North Side where it belongs. The Kyle Tucker trade already proved these organizations can work magic together on massive deals, and Cubs fans should be absolutely losing their minds with excitement, knowing their team has the farm system ammunition to make another earth-shaking move happen. But hold on to your seats, because the most explosive part of this story is still coming. Cubs fans, your bullpen has been more unpredictable than Chicago weather this season, going from nightmare fuel to unexpectedly dominant and back again. But what if I told you there's a flame-throwing closer available who could lock down the 9th inning for the next 5 years? What if I told you this isn't just any reliever, but one of the most feared fireballers in all of Major League Baseball? Who could be the final piece of your championship puzzle? Mason Miller, the Athletics all-star closer with a fastball that regularly touches triple digits, is reportedly available. And Cubs fans, this could be the move that sends your championship odds through the roof. Don't let his inflated 5.49 ERA fool you for even a second, because that number is completely misleading thanks to one disastrous outing against Miami that's skewing everything. His underlying numbers tell the real story: a 3.33 xERA and a ridiculous 2.16 xCCAP that proves he's still absolutely elite and just hitting some bad luck. This 26-year-old fireballer isn't just available, he's under team control until 2030, meaning you'd be locking up your closer position for the entirety of this championship window and beyond. Miller brings that rare combination of devastating stuff and youth that franchises dream about. And with Daniel Palencia doing his best impression of a shutdown closer recently, but everyone knowing that lightning might not strike twice, adding Miller would give you the kind of bullpen anchor that championship teams absolutely require. The Athletics are reportedly asking for a king's ransom, but Cubs fans, isn't a World Series trophy worth whatever it takes? This is your moment. Your team is leading the division. You've got the farm system to make it happen, and the championship window is wide open right now. So hit that like button if you're ready to see these moves happen. Drop a comment telling me which acquisition excites you most, and smash that subscribe button, because this Cubs championship run is just getting started. The question isn't whether your Cubs can win it all in 2025. The question is, are you ready to believe in magic at Wrigley Field once again?